Hey everyone, today I'm going to be solving another lead code problem on number 941, which is called valid mountain array. So what is this problem? Well, I'll just read the task. So we are given an array of integers, array. Now we need to return true if and only if it is a valid mountain array. So recall that array is a mountain array if all. Okay, array length is it needs to be more or equal to 3. And so the first part of the array should be strictly increasing, and the second part should be strictly decreasing. So the first thing, oh, and you see there is a test case where the length of the array is less than 3, so we can just straight away just create the statement that if length of the array is less than 3, we can just return false. So in any other case, we have a potential mountain array. It could be, it could not be, so we need to figure it out. So how do we do it? Well, also, what is worth noting and mentioning is that there cannot be any repetitive characters. So like if we had like a 3, actually there can be, but in different parts of the mountain. So if there would be 2 repetitive characters in one part of the mountain array, then it would be like they would be consecutive, and it would no longer be a strictly increasing or a strictly decreasing part. So, well, that kind of gives us something. No, and also, we can actually, I think we can just find out whether it's the top of the mountain array just by finding the maximum value, right? So like say it's 5 here in this case. And so since there can't be any consecutive just same elements, same numbers, then if we just meet this maximum number, it means that we are on top of the array, sorry. And so, well, yeah, well, we can just then check some other statements. And maximum value is definitely going to help us. So let's just say top, and maybe I'm gonna need a boolean to like. Anyway, now for now, let's just do what we need to do first initially. So what we need to do is we need to initialize the top value. Okay, top value. Let's call it top value, and it's gonna be maximum element of the array. Okay. All right. So now we can just go through the array, iterate through it, right? So let's just do it. But I'm gonna need indices since I'm gonna need to compare consecutive elements. So let's just do it this way for I in range of length of the array. So like actually I'm also gonna need the boolean top equals false. Okay, so top equals false means that we haven't reached the top yet. So all the elements should be all like the current element needs to be smaller than the next one. So if not top and array I. So our current element is more. If it's more than array I plus 1, we can just straight up return false because it's no longer valid. Now, if actually, let's just create the first thing, the most essential thing here. So if array I, we're going to check whether our current element equals to the top element, top value, I mean. So if it does, then we set top to true. And then we know that we're now like in the second part of the array and all the elements should be strictly decreasing. So let's just do it. So if array I is, if it equals to top value, we set top to true, and we are happy with this. Not top, so if top is false, return false, okay. If top and array I is less than array I plus 1, then we can also return false because now we're in the second part of the mountain array. So-called mountain array could potentially be, could not be. So, and so if it's smaller, then it means it's wrong. It's not strictly decreasing. So we also return false, and in the end we just return true because it means that we iterated through the whole array and all the statements were like everything was fine. But the only thing I'm not sure about is this length of array. So it might throw an error due to the indices being like out of range, being out of range. So let's add -1. I think using -1 is unnecessary here. All right, so we get case 1 false, correct, true, correct. And here we get true, but false is expected. So what we can also do though is just, wait a second. We can also check if the current element equals to the next element. And so if it does, it also is wrong. Because as I said before, it can't be, it's impossible. So if array I equals to the array I plus 1th element, we also return false. Maybe I'm going to consolidate these statements, if statements a bit later, but for now let's just leave it this way. All right, it works, so let's just submit it, make sure that that is going to be accepted, and it's not going to be accepted. Okay, let's see what the issue is. This is very interesting. True, expected false. All right, so 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, 9. Wait, how is this even? Okay, so 0. So the top of the array is 9, right? Oh, so expected false. Okay, all right. So maybe we can also, maybe we can do some very, not sure if it's a good idea, but let's just do it. So if length array, or let's do arrays last element is top value. Let's do it, yeah. But first I'm gonna need to do this. Change the positions. So now let's see. So it means that like the top is like the last element. Yeah. So okay, let's see whether it works. All right, and now it's exactly the opposite. So now, this is quite interesting. Should I actually do it this way or okay, let's do it. I'm kind of curious about the last test case though. I'm very curious. Okay, let's see. Or array first element equals to the minimum element of the. Actually, wait. Can I say that like if arrays max? Oh no. I can just say or array 0 equals top value also should work. But I'm not really sure about like doing this because it doesn't look very appropriate here. All right, so it is accepted, though it's not quite efficient. It's not efficient at all. But considering all the problems with lead code, um, okay, so let's just make it a little bit more, make it look a little better. So let's just copy this line, if array. So if this, or we can use these to separate the lines without getting any errors. So I'll get rid of this. Also, I'm gonna need to do this. I'm gonna resubmit it because the efficiency might change, and I am sort of curious about what's going to happen to it. Well, I wouldn't say that it looks better. And I need or 2 here. Or top and okay. Well, I'm not really sure if I did it correctly. Apparently I did, but well, yeah, the efficiency is quite terrible. Let's resubmit it once again and make sure that it's actually terrible. No. Okay, so that's good. Now the efficiency is much better, significantly better. I can't even like explain it. So anyway, my solution is accepted. It's pretty good. I'm pretty sure that it could be done in some more elegant way, but it does work. So thank you guys for watching. See you in the next video.